Youch. I used to be able to get tattooed for 6 to 8 hours without a problem, and now it differs. I blame my intense competitive nature.
With a pain on his left shoulder for over 2 months, progressively getting worse from anything lifting overhead with or without weight, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you get to a certain angle, the shoulders start to pinch.
It just kind of progressed, even though I started really babying it, the pain still continued to progress, to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And now 2 months later, it's to the point where I can barely even like bring my arm up to this.
Right.
I don't like to take any sort of Tylenol or Advil or anything like that. I steer clear of that stuff as much as I can. I wouldn't say it's painful, but I can feel it's about to get painful. That's where the pain starts there.
So can you use one finger and point out where the pain's at?
Definitely like in, where can I find it? Yeah, like in there. Oh, right there, that hurts. Oh yeah.
There. Okay.
That got it good.
Now, how about this?
Yeah, right there.
Resist.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, was that pain or just weak?
That was pain.
Pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Some resistance this
way. Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
That hurt.
That one was a good one. Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna try from a different orientation of your forearm. Hold. Resist. How's that?
A little bit of pain, not as bad as the other one.
Try one more time. Just want to make sure it's positive. Okay. Resist. Okay.
Yeah, that one really. Oh yeah.
Huh.
That was lots.
All right. Let's try one more time. Just meet where I'm pressing.
Okay.
Does the pain light up?
Not right there. When that's right.
There.
There's where it starts. Oh yeah.
Okay. Now you can feel it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fired up right away.
Okay. So there's a possibility of a subscapularis tendon irritation.
Slightly, not as bad as the other stuff that we'd be doing, but I definitely feel a little bit of it.
Okay. Don't let me push. Okay.
There's zero.
Yeah, there's zero strength there.
Yeah.
Okay, next step. Let's get you lying down, face up.
This treatment is going to be painful. Is any part of you scared?
Scared? No.
So I'm going to dig around the subscapularis muscle first.
Okay.
And if we cause the release, and if the pain diminished, then we know that's where the problem comes from.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
What do you think your relationship status with pain is?
I find it humorous, the fact that if I ever do something like any sort of IMS or things like that, or even tattoos, once I do get into a lot of pain, it makes me laugh, which I find very odd. Wow.
Now I want you to press your arm down to my arm.
Okay.
Yeah, press down. Yeah, rest.
That's what we're talking about, that giggle.
Yeah, that's extremely tight there. I'm gonna, relax your arm.
Okay.
Relax your arm.
Youch.
Resist. Is the pain still there?
Definitely way better.
So improved.
Immediately. Yeah, that's crazy.
Normally, I like to start from something smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to test and see whether if we release the muscle, the pain goes away, rather than assume that's where the problem comes from. We're gonna do one IMS, just one point on your left subscapularis muscle.
Okay.
And we're gonna zap it.
Great.
Okay.
Has your pain tolerance changed over the years?
I feel like the older I get, the less of a pain tolerance I have. Like even with like my tattoos and such, I used to be able to get tattooed for 6 to like 8 hours without a problem, and now I can only get tattooed for maybe 3 or 4 hours. So I do think that my pain tolerance when I was younger was much better.
What was the most painful tattoo you've ever gotten?
So funny enough, it was actually my butt cheeks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why. It was just extremely tender.
During or after?
During.
Okay. Now.
Can you describe what you're feeling?
Just like an electrical current going through the muscle, causing my muscle to flex. I wouldn't even say this registers as very painful at all. Oh, wow.
It's better.
That's way better. That's crazy. That's like an immediate, like...
Yeah. All right, we just need to find the root cause, right? Pretty good, man.
Yeah. My God, that's wild.
So,
Still a little sore in the back, but like other than that, like compared to the beginning, this is nothing.
How do you approach pushing through pain?
I think pain is something people have to be careful of because there's like soreness pain and then there's like something wrong pain. And a lot of times you can work through one of them, but you shouldn't work through another. So pain is kind of confusing because a lot of people think, oh, I'm sore, but I should still go work out. When really, there's a lot of times where you have to listen to your body and know the difference between the two. So you really have to have a good relationship with your body and understand which pain is which.
Do you think the fitness industry is becoming more intelligent with pain?
I think there's a long way to go. I think, sorry if there's CrossFit people, don't come for me, but I think CrossFit has a tendency to really push people to keep going, keep going, keep going. If you find a good gym, they won't, but most of the gyms I've experienced have a real tendency to try to push people beyond what is, just like what's reasonable.
yeah. Hold and resist. Any pain at all?
No.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
That's a shocking difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely put a lot more pressure on it.
So how long you were in CrossFit for then?
I was in CrossFit for about 8.5 years.
Wow. You know, the possible common, I would say the dark side of it. It kind of
Yeah.
the dark side of the CrossFit. It's not as glamorous as what people perceive it as it is. You know, there's tons of people injured in a way that's irreversible.
Yeah, very much so. I feel like there's really good gyms that have amazing coaches that know kind of like how to weave the CrossFit methods into safe practice.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky enough to be a part of a couple of those gyms, but I've seen the bad side of it. Such incredibly high repetitions in short amounts of time with dangerous movements. And don't get me wrong, like I did that shit to myself. I don't blame just gyms or CrossFit in general. I blame my intense competitive nature to push it when I push myself to the points where I shouldn't have. I completely take responsibility for that because it was my competitive nature that put me in those places.
And what was the inspiration for the hustle?
Well, to be honest, when I was 25, so about 15 years ago, I weighed 325 pounds.
Wow.
I was really, really big, and I was searching for...
So you're talking about like obese.
Obese, yeah. I was very, very obese. And I was searching for a place... Whoa. Even that's not painful, but it is funny. I was searching for a studio that I could find that would allow me to like feel comfortable in those places. And it took me a really long time to find one. So I wanted Hustle to be that place.
Okay.
Yeah, I opened Hustle so that I could create a space where like even now I have everything from like 22-year-old really high level athletes to like 70-year-old women who come in that just want to get be active in the same studio, doing the same thing.
Why hustle? Why not hustler?
No, Hustle. It's funny. So my business partner Lucy, she's from New York. So when we were talking about
hustle all the time.
Yeah, we were talking about like the East Coast hustle.
Yeah.
And the West Coast kind of flow to life.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of ended up calling it, like having a conversation and just calling it Hustle. And it just stuck. We loved it, so we kept going.
Quick pinch, so that you know why I'm poking your neck here. Okay, now let's see. This will be quite dramatic too.
Okay, great.
Okay, getting close.
Oh, wow. Such an odd feeling.
So you're 300 pounds back then, and then you're hoping to find a place, a studio that offers what you guys are offering now.
Yeah, mostly I just wanted to have a studio where people can learn how to be properly moving, you know, from a very beginning level, and also a place that they can grow with, that they can stay at for a long time. And we have a low impact movement for anybody who has joint or mobility issues that don't want to or don't have the ability to go to that full impact range. And we also offer like a higher impact movement for any of the advanced athletes in the classes. So every single movement that we coach goes medium, low, high, medium, low, high. So no matter where you are within your fitness journey, you'll have a movement for you within a group class. You won't feel left out or...
Oh, okay. So it's like kind of cater to people.
What were some of the biggest challenges when starting the business?
What were the biggest challenges starting your business, and did you ever want to give up?
One of the biggest challenges starting it was obviously COVID. So we opened in March of 2019. Oh, no. So we had one full year, exactly one full year before we were closed for the first time for COVID. So I think the biggest challenge that I had was converting my in-person group studio into an online business, which we luckily enough we did quite successfully, and we had a lot of success on our online business. But I think that's where I was probably the most nervous, because I'm not a techie person. I don't know a lot about digital marketing or anything like that. So I think that's where I was the most nervous. But it was a success, so we're really happy about it.
How have the skills you've learned through fitness transferred over into business?
Because owning any sort of a business takes incredible dedication and like a lot of discipline and a whole lot of sacrifice, which is basically what you need to be really quite athletic. So I think in order to be fit, something that you really have to realize is everything you want in life takes a little bit of sacrifice. So I think what being successful in fitness is also, or being as successful as an athlete in any way, will ultimately lead to some attributes that you need to be successful as a business owner.
What would you tell people who are having a hard time sacrificing their comfort for their fitness journey?
It doesn't have to, like, if I really wanted to go quite big into fitness, and because it was the first time in my whole life I ever felt successful as a... Okay.
Resist. Just causing the pain at all?
Yeah, just in that one right there, that guy.
One more time.
Okay.
Resist.
Okay.
That's that?
No, not that one.
Okay, resist.
Okay. A little bit right in there.
That's a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Now, give me some resistance. Curl your wrist up.
Oh yeah, that hurts a lot. Yeah, immediately. I feel it, yeah.
So that's tender.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think people, like, if you want to go from point A to point Z when it comes to fitness and athleticism, I don't, like, that's when there's a lot of sacrifice and a lot of dedication and determination that needs to happen. But if you're just looking to enter into a healthier portion of your life, like, you don't have to give up all of your time and you don't have to give up all that stuff. Like, littlest, tiniest decisions can make a really big change in your life. When I first started losing weight, the first thing I did is started to walk every day. That's how you're going to make those little changes. So when I started just taking that, like, 20, 30 minutes a day to go for a walk, no matter what the weather was, what time it was, anything like that, I just took 20 to 30 minutes to go for a walk. And then after about a month, I actually was like, oh, well, I do this every day. Maybe I should go lift some weights now, do something else with it, and continue to adapt, you know? And then it just turned into an absolute obsession and love of my life. Ooh. That was unexpected. Wow. That is way more intense than I was expecting for shockwave therapy.
Does your mind go blank when you're in pain?
No, I tend to focus on the pain very specifically. I don't know why. I guess it's my body's way of taking focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a threat. That's why you focus on it.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So that's shockwave therapy, hey? Holy shit. Oh, that's way better.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. It was shocking. I wasn't expecting it kind of sounds nice, you know,
Yeah.
just like sound waves or whatever, but it's like definitely has some kick to it.
Yes.
I think round 2 will be easier. Yeah.
You kind of know what to expect.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I've never really felt anything like that before.
What does it feel like?
I don't even know how to describe it. It's definitely little like pulses. Almost feels electrical, but not really. Is it electrical?
No, it's a energy, the radio shock wave. So,
okay.
So there's no current. It's all it's a form of energy.
Okay.
But it feels like an excavator to dig into the bone. It feels like that.
It almost feels like there's a jackhammer on my elbow, but instead of like actually hitting it with metal, it's hitting it with like energy.
Yeah. And the energy feels solid too, right?
Yeah, it does. It kind of feels like something's actually punching my bone.
But then if you look at it, there's no, it doesn't move.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so if you just like put your finger, right? So there's no energy, but as soon as you feel it,
Oh yeah.
and then there's a shock wave energy to it.
Huh. That is so cool. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah,
What an interesting feeling.
I'll make a difference again. Persist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's
Already
really
so much better.
Yeah. Now we're gonna just release the muscle that goes to the tendon.
Okay.
What's your opinion on ice baths?
I hate them because I hate being cold. I've actually 2 weekends ago I was up in Quadra Island with some friends and we did a sauna and then jumped into the water. It was awful. I hated it.
How long did you stay there?
Like maybe 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm not an ice bath person. I can't do. Well, it's not that I can't do it. It's just
You don't prefer it?
I really don't enjoy it.
It doesn't make you feel calm.
It does not make me feel calm. I prefer a sauna. I like saunas. I like steam rooms. I like that kind of stuff. But to intentionally put myself in a freezing cold situation, I'm like, I'll pass. There's actually a place called the Art of Sauna out in Burnaby.
New West, yeah.
Is it New West? Yeah.
Yeah, New West, Burnaby.
Yeah. They have ones where you can like walk into a room and pull a string and a whole bucket of cold water will pour on you.
Yeah.
Because that lasts for like 5 seconds. I can do that. That one's enjoyable and then you go back into the sauna. But to be submerged and stay there is a no for me.
There's a place called Tality.
Oh yeah. In North Van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to have this 6 minutes club. So they put a whiteboard in front of this ice bucket outside, and they basically just tells you, oh, this people can stay in a ice bath for 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Yeah. I've read a lot of benefits about cold plunging and like that people really like it. I have some friends who actually swear by it. They really love it. It's not something I can mentally get around.
Well, but that's the whole point of doing that, right?
My brain won't let me do it. And I'm just like, nope. I'll just go sit in the sauna. It's funny. I can push through some really physically challenging things, but that one is just not one of them.
What's your everyday routine?
I usually get up at about 6 o'clock and I either coach at 7:15 or I'll go head downtown to Daniela's DibFit spin class and take her 7 o'clock spin class. And then I'll be at Hustle. I'll coach the 8:30 class, 9:45 class, 11 o'clock class, 12 class, whether it's personal training sessions or actual group classes. I usually coach those. Then I'll go to the gym afterwards and hit the gym for like an hour and a half. Actually, no, more like an hour. And then usually head home, grab my groceries, walk, do that kind of stuff. If I share my dogs with my partner, so if I have the dogs, I make sure I have time in the morning. So I walk them before I leave. Make sure I have a break in my morning to go home and walk them again. And then I'll go home and walk them after. So they get about 4 or 5 walks a day.
So how do you survive the winter here?
I don't mind it. I'm from Alberta, so I'm born and raised in Red Deer, Alberta. So it's not that bad. The rain gets to me a little bit. Yeah, it gets to me a little bit, like the grayness, the darkness, but that's also why I travel so much. I usually had to take off to Mexico at least 2 or 3 times during the winter, or Mexico, or another hot destination, whether it's Hawaii or Mexico or somewhere else. The first thing I always do as soon as I land, I go to the gym.
Gym? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just sets me up properly mentally to have the best trip I can. Knowing that I still have my fitness routine and that kind of stuff just makes me feel better about, being away. Yeah, being away from home, that kind of stuff. Whew. That one was tender.
Yeah, it will be tender for a couple of days. What do you think? What's your thought on the fitness trend for the upcoming years?
You definitely see more of the algorithms and everything pushing strength training rather than endurance cardio or high intensity cardio.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're going to see a lot more strength and conditioning studios popping up more than like spin studios and that kind of stuff. I love spin. I think I have so much fun at spin. I have nothing against spin. I coached spin for 8.5 years. But I think just looking at trends and like what they're pushing, you're definitely going to see a lot more women taking strength training. That's probably the most painful part of the day. That was an intense one.
Let's take a look at your ability. Relax your arm.
Okay.
That's way more range of motion.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Definitely that little bit of tenderness, but nowhere near what that that really intense part that I had.
So this is a huge improvement.
Yeah.
At all?
No.
Yeah. And strength.
Yeah.
And just.
Where's it? Okay.
Okay. Well, not super strong yet.
Yeah.
Because we just put a lot of work on it. There's still a lot of swollen from the treatment.
Okay.
And there's also some swollen from the problem itself that need to resolve, which is time. You need some time.
Yeah.
Will be better. Now let's gotta test out the strength for your subscapularis. Bring your arm behind.
I will.
Yeah. So that was zero strength, right?
Okay.
Now stay here.
Okay.
This. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference.
Way better.
Awesome.
That's crazy. Some shocks and some needles, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Anything I should be careful of with these arms in the next couple days?
Well, arm wrestling.
Okay, good deal.
Arm wrestling.
That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. Okay. A trauma on a tendon is different than muscle.
Yeah.
So tendon is a poor blood flow structure. So people understand a tendon takes longer time to heal, but people still don't understand why it takes so long to heal. And also they're so frustrated, and also they treat it like any other normal injuries. Mm-hmm. So that being said, when you are using your let's say your shoulder, as soon as you start feeling pain, and then you know that that's the tendon is being irritated. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing any activities at all. You should just be doing a just position movement to it. Like if you're having pain lifting dumbbell presses, then you can go more medial. You can still lift the weight. You can find the angle that doesn't hurt.
That doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So you can still do the movement.
Okay.
It's just not the
not in the area that it got it.
Yeah, so
that
the
makes
key
sense.
is to really find a nuanced exercise that accelerate the healing itself.
Okay.
Because if you don't do any overhead movement, and 2 months later, once you get healed, you will develop weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much. Yeah. That's why I tend to push through even a slight bit. I tend to push through some pain just because I don't want to lose the strength that I've built. Yeah. But at the same time, I know for a fact that it's probably not the best thing to do. So the best thing to do would be come here and see you and figure it out a month ago when it first started, when it got really bad.
Okay, glad that we sorted it out today.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was awesome. I can't believe how much of a difference that made. That was wild.